Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Apollo Justice. Ha 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 ha. The Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy? Nah, we're still in Game 1, or Game 4 of the main series. Last time around, we tried to defend our client, Waki Kataki, from the charge of murder. And all we managed to discover so far is Wesley Stickler is not a murderer, but he's a panty thief. Our client, while we haven't found anything that determines his guilt yet, we haven't proven him innocent either. So, due to the way this legal system is, we still got some work to do to get our client off the hook here. We'll see if my game will register my controller here. There we go. Sometimes you just have to reconnect it and get started, but we've got some more investigation to do, so let's get started. What a train wreck that was. I'm glad we made it out of that trial alive. Really? I had fun. And Waki made it through the day too. Everyone was too obsessed with panties to bother with the real case. But it was good publicity. Imagine the crowd at my show tonight. You should come, Polly. Yeah. The amazing Mr. Hat will be making an appearance. Hi, folks. I'll be here all week. About enough of him. Hello? Oh, Miss Tiala. Thank you for today. The trial went well. Oh, right, no problem. Do you think Waki will be okay? Well, he's not guilty. Yet. Please, you have to help him. We're supposed to get married next month. Oh, congratulations. Ugh. Way to put the pressure on a guy. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Well, maybe you have some more information on this case for us. Are you sure about marrying into the Kataki family? I'm fine with it, and I love Waki with all my heart. Aw, that's so sweet. So it doesn't bother you that you'll be, married to the mob? I don't think so. My parents are a guest in the course. Say, where did you and Waki first meet anyway? Good question. Miss Tiala doesn't look like the type to have gangster connections. Oh, we met at my old job actually. Office romance. She's not very forthcoming about information with herself, is she? Did you know that the boss is trying to get out of the business? Really? Mr. Kataki wants to quit being a gangster? He's trying to transfer his assets into a normal company. He only announced it recently, out of the blue. I hear there's quite a lot of confusion in the ranks. I wonder if that explains this apron. I can't imagine Waki going along with that. He's highly motivated, isn't he? That's not the word I would have used. He said, I'll be the next big boss and keep the family safe. I think he's at that age when boys want to make a mark on the world. Just so you know, I didn't send him over across the border and go to Russia and then kick some Russian colonel in the nuts or anything. He's not that kind of big boss. That's not the way I would have put it. His father moves in a lot of circles. He's really focused on profits. The Kataki family's been making a killing recently. Again, not the way I would have put it. But Waki says it's not about the money. They have the gangster tradition to uphold. Ooh, a generation gap. They've even got the ever-classic, what about the family business thing going? Usually it's the father worried about tradition. Can I ask you a question about Walkie? I understand he was operated on by the victim, Dr. Maractus. Apparently, yes. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my ops something bad. And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I've got to go in and get another doc to patch me up again. Yes, it sounded horrible. Walkie's always been fond of fighting, I'm afraid. I'm not sure if it qualifies as fighting when pistols are involved. Mr. Gavin was saying his life might be in danger, wasn't he? No, that can't be right. I'm sure he was just trying to scare us. It's scary to think that a surgeon might make a mistake. But it's even scarier when he tries to hide it. I'd like to know a little more about this operation. Maybe it's time to pay the Maractus Clinic a visit. I should be getting home now. Walkie's in your hands, Mr. Justice. Right. Leave it to me. Apollo, I think you're only making her more nervous. Sorry, I'm new at this, okay? It's alright. I believe in you. Well, let's get going. We got plenty of places to visit, but why don't we go check in on our client? We haven't actually had an opportunity to discuss things with him one-on-one, so let's get going, shall we? Looks like Walkie's out for questioning. I really need to talk to him. Guess we'll come back later. Excuse me. Yes? The other suspect's all through the questioning, sir. The other? Ah, you mean the panty snatcher. Not who I had in mind, but sure. Wesley Stickler. So they arrested him too. Alright, let's have a little chat with Mr. Stickler. I hope I don't regret this. He is a valuable witness. He is a bit precious, I'll give him that. Please, keep this brief if you would. I'm quite busy. Ooh. I need to finish this paper. Yeah, it's you! Mr. Stickler, we'd like to have a few words with you. Very well, as long as they're few. Nothing would make me happier, believe me. Anyway, let's show him some stuff. Fine, ignore my evidence. See if I care. I wonder what he's thinking. On second thought, let's not go there. That's it! The mystery! The unanswerable riddle! Actually, they're just a normal pair of panties. What? How is that possible? It just takes practice, that's all. Then you must teach me, you must! Think if I could produce a pencil, an eraser, a textbook, and a lunch. All from a pair of panties. My life would be complete. He's serious, isn't he? I don't think I have anything else to present to him. Okay. Let's go talk about the case. Mr. Stickler, on the night of the murder, you stole... Wait, I can't help but feel that I'm being misunderstood. How exactly? Yes, that night, I obtained a pair of panties, it's true. However, it was my burning curiosity that drove me to do it, nothing more. You want to know the trick to my panties, right? You're here, too? Oh, great Trucy, teach me! Huh? I must know the secret of your panties. My very existence hangs in the balance. Please, make me your apprentice. Apollo, help! I don't know. I think you'd make a great, lovely assistant. Don't say that, Apollo. Could you relate what you saw the night of the murder to us one more time? Why not? Though it hardly differs from the testimony I gave in court. The defendant was there in the park that night. Of this I'm quite certain. He was pointing a pistol, or something like that, at the victim. That's when I shouted, "Stop, you two! Let's resolve this like gentlemen!" And then the next moment, a shot was fired. And this is all true. Really. My panties are gone, my innermost heart revealed. What further reason could I possibly have to lie? I can't think of anything he'd want to hide more than his panty snatching, true. It sounds like Walkie was at the scene of the crime after all. I wish it weren't so. Okay. Not like there's anything more here, but let's go examine the guard here. Security guard. He stands here watching this room. I have no idea if he's listening to us talk. I'm not even sure he's breathing. That security camera is looking at me. I wonder if they tape all this. Alright, well. Let's go examine a few more places. Maybe Tracy wants to talk. If everything that Panty Snatcher said was true, it doesn't put Walkie in a very good position, does it? He was at the scene of the crime, that's pretty clear. There's gotta be a different angle on this. Well, let's get investigating. No time like the present. So, any leads? One moment. Shazam! Alakazam! Whoa, evidence keeps flying out of nowhere. Ta-da! That's all. Neat, huh? Yeah, real neat. Alright. Let's play Phoenix a visit. Or not. I guess he's not here. Mr. Wright's bed. My, it's messy. Trucy must clean up after him at home. Okay, nothing new here. Alright, we'll pay a visit to Eldune's house next. Because they want us to go to the clinic anyway, so we might as well. Hey, it's Mr. Eldune! Oh, Mr. Eldune! What's wrong? So you found my stand, and that's why I'm here, to thank you. Oh, but now it's a crime scene and they won't let me have it back. That's also why I'm here. I got no other place to go. Ah, I see. How can a noodle stand be a crime scene? That's what I don't get, Trucy doll. Even in death, he's after my neck, I tell you. Ugh. Can't even cook an honest noodle. He? Even in death? You mean the victim, Dr. Maractus? I tell you, it's enough to drive a man to make his soup even saltier. Remind me never to eat his noodles when he's in a bad mood. That's right, Sonny. When you bring my stand home, I'm ready. Can't you see I'm ready? I guess. Until that stand's back home, this case is not closed, you hear me? And I'll avoid talking about his stand in the future. That stand, for generations it served us the very best noodles us Eldunes could make. A tradition of noodles and salted broth. It's more than a stand. It's history, I tell you. Watch what you say or it might become true. That's a great story, Mr. Eldune. A single stand passed down from generation to generation. Of course, to be honest, I didn't plan on doing it. That's right. You said something about that. About you rebelling against your pops, was it? Good memory, Trucy doll. I was a go-getter back in my day. Until my friend next door butted in. In the end, I was left with nothing but this dusty old stand to earn my fortune. Mr. Eldune, I don't mean to pry. But what exactly did you do before you became a chef? Bah! Let old Noodles lie, that's what I say. I'm starting to get an idea of what he did anyway. He stole my dreams and left me with nothing but noodles. Now I don't even have that. Mr. Eldoon, if I might ask, what exactly happened between you and the Maractus Clinic? Yeah? I couldn't help but sense enmity there. Enmity? I hate him! Hate Id. Him acting like he smells like roses when he's rolling in the mud. Excuse me? He's the only doctor at that clinic, you know. Pretty impressive, eh? I'll tell you the secret to his success. The mob! You mean the Kataki family? They're always having one of them turf wars or whatnot. Always an injury or two that needs fixing. Maractus saw a chance for some business, so he started giving the Kataki family a good deal. A deal? Every fifth operation for free. He stole the idea from my pops. One free bowl of noodles a week, he used to say. The doctor just decided to do that? What about the insurance companies? Oh, no doubt it's legal. But it got him in good with the family. Pretty soon he was getting all the business in town. Leaving me here in the dark. Left my neck in soupy noodles. I think I figured out Mr. Eldoon's former occupation. Can't hurt to ask, Apollo. Mr. Eldoon. Or should I say Dr. Eldoon? Figured it out, did you? That's right. Now I was a doctor. A surgeon. Till the year before last. Just get a job at another clinic. You're a surgeon. You don't have to sell noodles. Surgeons are in demand everywhere. Whatever. I'm not gonna think about it too hard. So, Mr. Maractus was your rival? Like those onions they put in the soup broth? Yeah, kinda. You take a spoon, you drink some broth, those onions will find their way in there. People who like them, why, that's just fine. People who hate them. I hate onions. Hate them! I was sneaking in from the side, getting in the way of a good tasting spoonful. Well, that's what he was. An onion. Onion boy, that's what I called him. I used to wear onions on my hip. It was the style at the time, you see. So, you weren't exactly friends. Me and pal Maractus. Ever since preschool, we were getting in each other's face. No matter what I did, sure enough, he'd come following along. Then he'd do it better than me. Just blow right past without so much as a howdy. I see. That's right. I was a surgeon long before he was, you know. Then that no-good onion boy comes along. Well, Trucy, looks like we found ourselves a new suspect. Don't say that! Thanks to him, I was forced to trade my scalpel for a ladle. Sorry, pal. Didn't mean to weigh you down with an old man's ramblings. No, it's fine. By way of apology. You ever get yourself in a spot of trouble, you drop by. Huh? You're investigating Maractus, aren't you? Yes. Well, you want to know about a doctor, you ask a doctor. That's all I'm saying. You just think of me if you need something, Trucy doll. Right. Thanks, Mr. Eldoon. Guess the time spent listening to him complain wasn't entirely wasted. Okay. I thought he might have something to say because he was a surgeon as well, but I suppose not. Well, we gotta check out this clinic, that's for sure. Yeah, but what about the guard? No harm in asking. Excuse me? Hey, it's you two from yesterday. That's the same officer that was standing out by the park yesterday. Business is over in the park, isn't it? Of clinic's off limits. It's not involved. But... What part of off limits do you not understand? Show me proof that the clinic's connected to the incident in the park, or beat it. No harm in asking. No gain either. No point sticking around here, I guess. I mean, we found the mirror in the fucking garbage bin in the park. Like, yes. Clearly involved. Anyway, let's check the garage. Not that I expect to find much of anything in here, but... someone's there! Oh, it's just a gold-painted human skeleton. Just a human skeleton? Painted gold. There's the mannequin hand waving to us from the box behind the skeleton. This place just screams hospital storage, don't you think? It screams something, that's for sure. Okay. This is where we found your panties, isn't it, Trucy? And I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Well, thank you for saying thank you. Oh, I'm always polite. It's part of being a performer, you know? You know what Daddy says? It doesn't cost anything to be polite, and it could bring you more business. Huh, typical. Just kidding. I really am grateful. This car belongs to someone at the Maractus Clinic, and it hit Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright sprained his ankle and the car lost its side view mirror. This car versus Mr. Wright. Not quite the match of the century. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm going to find anything new in here, so... let's go to the Kitaki Mansion. I don't think I have anywhere else at the moment. Yipes, she's back. Hey, you two, over here. Us? Yo, Little Plum, what's up? I think all this gangsterese is a negative influence on Trucy. I heard you retrieved my bloomers. Well, I was just doing... A man speaks clearly and takes credit where it's due. You caught the thief, didn't you? Yes, sorry, I caught him. You're cute when you're nervous, Polly. I'll deal with you later. Oh, but enough about bloomers. What about my son, Walkie? Walkie? Oh, well, he's, clearly? Yes, ma'am. This is why I was kind of hoping we could avoid coming back here. Well, let's talk about some things with her. He's really everything you'd expect in a boss's son. I'm gonna be a gangster, dude. The life does have an appeal for that age, particularly for boys. What? Don't look at me like that. He was shot in a turf war about half a year ago. Yes, we heard the story from Walkie. But he didn't tell you the whole story. You know, even if he had a pistol then, he couldn't have shot anyone. What? He acts like he's hard, but he couldn't shoot someone to save his life. I should know. I'm his mom. The words do have a certain weight to them. Hopefully, when all this is taken care of, he and the boss can sort out their differences. The boss? You mean Walkie's father? They didn't seem to be on the best terms, did they? It's true. One of our pistols is missing. So, the murder weapon was from this mansion. We kind of figured, given the difficulty of obtaining a gun these days. In Japanifornia, not actual California. Because, whoo boy, I could probably... if I felt the urge to fly to the States. Fly to California, go to a gun shop, and buy a pistol. None of the rank and file have access. Only the boss, myself, and Walkie could have taken it. I see. I'm sure the cops will continue tromping all over the mansion because of this case. Maybe this is a sign that it's time for a change. She doesn't doesn't seem too concerned, at least. Yeah, Walkie's fiance. They're getting married next month, correct? I suppose. She's been staying over lately. You don't look too happy about that, little plum. How'd you guess? Even I could tell that. Could you tell us more about her? Walkie brought her home one day. Says he wants to tie the knot. I can see why. She's so pretty. Oh, she's pretty enough, but, you know... Nah, it's probably just me being suspicious. Stay in the business too long. You start to only see darkness in people. You get a nose for it. A nose for people, a nose for trouble. I wonder what the problem is. It's like a gangster's only version of female intuition. The boss may act tough, but that boy means the world to him. But Walkie seems... well... it seems like he's against his father's position. It's to be expected. We're in a bit of a transition now. Trying to cut our ties to the shadier sides of the street and do more on the up and up. Walkie isn't too enthusiastic about the change, it's true. But why the change? Is the gangster thing just not paying the bills? Oh, it pays. But we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. I see. Something must be up. He'll see things the way the boss sees them. Someday. You might as well present your panties to her. How about these? Hey, my bloomas! Thanks for that. I owe you one. I thought you might like them back, so... Oh, no. Why don't you keep them as a souvenir? Oh, no, I couldn't really. Thank you for the offer, but I could use those in my magic panties act. I'll pull shivs and pieces and godfathers out of them. Great, now your props are going from bland to dangerous. So, this pistol belongs to the Kitaki family. Is that correct? It's one of the pieces we keep around. That is, we used to keep around. They're all gone now. Oh? Police came yesterday and took everything. Everything but my broom. Don't you think you should have given them that too? You kidding? Can't clean up very well without a broom. Okay. Can you tell me if this knife belongs to Walkie? Oh, that's his knife, alright. Bought it for him for his birthday. Wow, that's a pretty hardcore present. I remember him falling asleep with it clutched in his arms. Oh, I know the feeling. I'll bet he was just as happy as I was with my plastic spaghetti. Oh. One's a knife for killing people, one's plastic spaghetti. Okay. No reaction to my attorney's badge. No, this old lady is still trying to climb the fence. Looks like that old lady's at it again. Look, I told you yesterday the park's off limits. You know, I told you yesterday this is how I go home. Okay, you want me to go around? How about giving me $5 like yesterday? The con artist strikes again. The park crime scene's off limits to the public. The police officer on guard by the gate is yawning. Oh, he noticed me staring and snapped his mouth shut. Too late, Mr. Officer, I saw you. Alright. Let's see if we can't, examine anything in the park here. Wade's forced to look at the ground now, day in and day out. It's kind of sad. Knife is sticking straight into the ground. Remember what Wesley Stickler said in the trial today? Walkie was very likely pointing this at the victim. Like he wanted to kill him. Yeah, that's the problem. Trash can sits next to the path here. And I guess now we know it was Mr. Stickler who hid Little Plum's bloomers here, huh? That's right, Trucy. What a web of lies grew from that one little act. I can still remember that moment. You brandished those bloomers on high and shouted objection. Here's what I want you to do, Trucy. Take that memory, gently lock it away deep in your heart, and never speak of it. Poor Mr. Eldoon. His stand's been standing here since this whole thing started. It almost looks at home here in the park now. I think it should be made into a playhouse for children. I think its owner would disagree. Blue plastic tarps cover the ground around the stand. They were apparently put here to preserve the crime scene. Benches line the river running through the park. A little urban oasis. I bet children come here to splash around in the water. That river's a little deep for splashing, and a little dirty. Well, they could listen to the water and pretend they were playing. Alright. Have I examined everything I need to? Maybe they'll be nice enough to let me talk to Walkie now. Hope if I go to the right place. There we go. I was hoping to meet with my client. Walkie-talkie's just finished questioning. I'll bring him out. Great, finally. Yo, sup, my little imposter? What did you call me? Dazam! It's you? Sorry, gee, I thought you were Alita. My little imposter sure is a strange nickname. It's a clink thing, you wouldn't understand. Did I say imposter? I meant poster. Like poster girl, eh? If you're gonna drop part of that, why not drop poster and just call her girl? Cause she's so much more than that, G. She's like an angel. A fallen angel. So, what can I do you for? You don't look so chipper today, Walkie. Worried about your, heart condition, maybe? That was the wackest thing of all. All of us G's lining up, taking eye exams, all that. Better die young than fade away, bazoy! A relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? And that bullet you carry is so close to your heart. If not attended to immediately, it could kill you. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. Man fights to protect what's valuable to him, you know what I'm saying? I miss my fallen angel. Hey, you will get Alita for me. You're my lawyer, aren't you? Lawyer, not gopher. So, I hear you're to be married next month? Straight up! We poured the nuptial 40 out on the stoop. Alita, oh Snapple Cakes, she's so fine. I think he's smitten with her in his own weird way. I was wondering, how did you two meet? I asked Tiala, but she was very vague. Well, man, if she wouldn't tell you, I'd best hold my tongue, you feel me? What? Man, what's past is past, she knows that. When I'm with Alita, I feel like there's things worth protecting out there, you feel me? And my Alita, she's down with that all the way. Huh, so both of them are mum about their past. Do you think you could tell us what happened with you and Pal Maractus? there's something you should know. We Katakis are having what you might call a feud with the Rivales family. So about 6 months back, I go into Rivales' turf packing a knife, right? And you were shot. Coldest thing I ever seen. 1 shot to the heart. My homies weren't too late. It's a miracle that I lived. It's already considered one of the 7 wonders of the Kataki family, you know that? So you were taken to the Maractus clinic then. You should have seen their faces when they wheeled me in. You can't just let the boss's son die, you know? I'd hate to have been in that doctor's shoes. Mr. Kataki's scary enough when he's not angry. But the bullet that hit you, it was never removed? And it's still threatening his life. That doctor, he did it on purpose. The Rivales paid him off, I'm sure of it. I need to hear more about the night of the murder, that much is clear. Life in the family is a G thing. It's about being a man. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm not up on my G things. I'm not even sure what a G thing is. But my old man, he's gone soft. Says his old rival gang days are over. Just wants to make money. Isn't that a good thing? Man, there ain't no soul in making money. Better live fast and die young. Faux shizzle. Wait till I run the yard, then everyone will know what time it is. That's right. OG time all the time. Represent. Apollo, why does he keep talking about old guys? I don't think that's what OG means, Trucy. Both these weapons, the pistol and the knife, they belong to the family. I stuck them out that night. So the killer Mr. Stickler says he saw that night was... I guess it was me. I was there after all. We're finished. Yo, Walkie. Do you think you could tell us exactly what happened that night? You don't beat around the bush, do you? I like your style, shorty. Well, actually, there is a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while now. That is, did you do it? Did you shoot him? I don't know. Huh? The day of that checkup when I found out about the bullet in my heart, I borrowed a gun from the family stash. Figured I'd give that doctor a taste of his own bad medicine. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. But you were carrying a knife, weren't you? Oh, that? Yeah, well, never can be too careful, I say. So I'm on my way to the clinic, right? I run into him in the park. He's dragging this noodle stand behind him. Wait, you didn't put him up to that? Like, you know, in the movies? If you value your life, you'll bring the stand. Shorty, you're more whack than I am. That's saying something. But I was serious. Thing is, I don't remember what happened next all too well. You don't remember? But the way I see it, if there wasn't anyone else there that night, then I guess it was probably me who did him in. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't like the sounds of that. Alita, man. Alita! I don't think he'll have anything else to say, but let's see if I show him my badge. I don't imagine there's... Well, the gun and the knife was the same talking points, so... The only other thing that might be of interest is the stand. And, yeah, he has nothing to say about it. Alright, I think we got everything we could out of him. Let's see if we can find somebody else to talk to. Like Phoenix Wright, maybe? No. I think I've seen this talking point as well. Yeah, I've seen this one before, so I'm not repeating it. Okay. Now I'm not sure what they want from me. Oh, yes, you move around enough places, you'll find out. Look at that crowd over there by the park. Probably people trying to get a glimpse of the crime scene. But why are those girls screaming? I think I just heard one say, "Oh my god, it's him!" Wait, that motorcycle. Ah, if it isn't Air Forehead. Prosecutor Gavin. Some fans found me on the way out. Just my luck. Oh my god, he's so cool! Thus the screams. The new album just came out, you know? Try waving to them. They love it. Oh, he's so cute! Oh, they're so excited. It doesn't matter who waves to them, see? This is surreal. So you're here investigating? And I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog. My motorcycle won't start. Clogged exhaust pipe. Not too bad. It looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that it could break just from that. Ah, it's my fault. I think I was using the wrong oil. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. Ah, machines. Tell me you share my angst, Air Forehead. I ride a bicycle, actually. Ah! Well, in any event, I'm off to the shop to get her fixed. The detective in charge of the scene isn't fond of me in any case. The detective? You mean the one in the lab coat? Yeah, she's in a foul mood, too. Be gentle. Auf Wiedersehen, baby! Oh my god, there he goes! And the forecast for the park today. Gloomy skies. Well, nothing to do but head on in. Let's hit the park, Apollo. Good old Clavier. Does something about the scene look different to you? The blue tarps are gone. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I think you're right. Look over there. The white frock detective from yesterday. She seems to be apologizing reverently to the trash can. She's under a lot of stress. The investigation is probably not going so well. Hey, you there! If you're gonna talk about someone behind their back, do it more quietly, please. Oh, Detective Sky. Hello. You seem as gloomy as ever. This is miserable. Miserable! I just got a new kit and I can't get the stuff to work. Everyone's all smiles for that glimmerous fop. Glimmerous? Does she mean Prosecutor Gavin? More to the point, doesn't she mean glamorous? When he walks his shiny chains catch the sun... Hold on. When he walks his shiny chains catch the sun and glimmer in my eyes. It's distracting. Speaking of distracting... guess I just have to accept the fact that I lack talent. Sounds like she's trying out some sort of new forensic technique. Fingerprint analysis is the very basis of modern forensic science. I guess you could put it that way. And you two know how to dust for prints on your own now. Make sure to examine anything you find that might have prints on it. Will it let me, like, actually... I was thinking it might let me, like, examine and then, like, dust for prints, but they would never. Anyway, the tarps are gone, so let's examine the stuff on the ground here, because this might be interesting. I remember us pulling out something from the garbage can earlier that we didn't get to keep. It was the slipper with the maple leaf on the bottom of it. The tarps that were here yesterday are gone. I wonder why Detective Sky put them out. Yeah, the only thing they're recovering is the ground. Oh, you know, I think I see something there. A print! A print. Detective Sky, you know Mr. Wright, correct? How do you know my daddy? I want details. Huh? Well, he helped me out a long time ago. You might say he saved me. Wasn't she saying something about getting involved in an incident? I can't stand it when things are vague, especially in a case. I went to study to become a forensic scientist in Europe. But you're a detective now? Well, I failed the test. But you know, rank and title don't matter. What matters is what's inside your heart. I've always thought that too. My heart is full of science. That's why I brought this kit through the mail order. And I'm gonna test it here before the forensic team arrives. Are you sure that's okay? I won't lie, I'm not fond of the man. Those glamorous types always rub me the wrong way. Glamorous, right? Prosecutors should be cool of wit and furrowed of brow. Less glamorous and more simmerous, you know? No, actually I don't. Well, that and what happened 7 years ago. Prosecutor Gavin was the one who stripped Mr. Wright of his attorney's badge. What? Really? He was the one? You mean you didn't know? I thought you were one of his boys. I'm neither a boy nor one of his, but let's see what she has to say. What exactly happened 7 years ago? I never actually heard the details. Then investigate. It's better you learn for yourself anyway. Well, that's why we're asking you, you dumb bitch. I mean, what? Alright, I guess it's something we'll have to find out later, like in case 1-4. Anyway. Do you mind me asking what exactly it is you've been doing? Squatting down the ground like that? Oh, you want to know? Do ya? Well, I splurged on a new toy. You splurged? You mean it wasn't police issue? What is it? I see a roller and glue? This is a footprint analysis kit. Footprint? It was raining on the night of the murder, which means that footprints were left. Oh, does that have anything to do with those blue tarps? Right. The ground was muddy, so I had to protect it as it was that night. Ever want to know exactly where someone was standing? Like your panty-snatching student witness, for instance. Oh, so with that kit... Right. What? Want to try this stuff out? Huh. Are you sure? I mean, we're sort of on opposing teams and all. No, pfft. You're friends. And to tell the truth, I'm not so good at doing this. Guess I'm a little clumsy. I could use your help. Ooh, I'm good at stuff like this. I used to make magic bunnies out of paper mache. Footprint analysis, huh? Well, should I give it a go? Yes, we need more evidence. We're sorely lacking in stuff. Okay, I'll give it a go. That's the spirit. Right, allow me to explain. One moment. She's reading the instructions for her kit. Why does this not fill me with confidence? First, we have to pick the footprint, or in this case, the shoe print we want to analyze. I've taken the liberty of marking all the shoe prints in the park. Well, which shoe print should we start with? If we're going to verify the defendant's account, here's the place to start. Shoe prints prepare to be examined. Oh, this is so exciting! Right, here goes. First, pour the plaster into the print until it's full. You try it. How am I supposed to do that? Just press the A button, you moron. Like this. That doesn't look too hard. If you run out of plaster in your beaker before you're done, you have to start over. Not bad. You're handier with that than you look. What's that supposed to mean? Don't mind me. On to the next step. Try the plaster until it turns white. Right. Just press A to blast it with the dryer. There, give it a shot. I'm not sure where the cursor is actually supposed to be, but... good news is, I can just kind of futz around until it's good. Looks like it's hardened nicely. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's a good one. Next, the ink. Ready for the next step? Use the roller to ink just the shoe print part. Hold onto that roller tight now with A, and roll it up and down. Keep going until you get enough ink on there for a good print. Right, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's take our print. Ready? Here goes. That's a lot better. Alright, so... this is supposed to be our defendant, right? Okay, good news is I can just pull them up and then analyze, which is what I wanted to do. So, we can clearly see a match here. So, the shoe prints belong to Waki Kataki after all. He was in the park on the night of the crime. Wow, I can almost see the science at work. Don't you love it? Nothing feels better. She's definitely way more into this than I am. Just let me know if you want to do some more, and I'll be here solving the case with science. Well, that certainly brightened her mood. Detective Sky, mind if we give it another go? Right on! Leave no print unanalyzed, I say. Now to pick which print you want to analyze. Well, let's check this one next. This should be Wesley. Oh my god, oops. Really good at this, guys. Okay, looking good. Except for that part where you totally fucking missed. Next, to dry the plaster. Yep, that's a good one. Alright, so this should be Wesley's. Yep. So these shoe prints belong to Wesley Stickler. This confirms his testimony. The final version of it, at least. Now we know where the panty snatcher was standing. Detective Sky, mind if we give it another shot? I believe you're beginning to appreciate the wonder that is forensic science. Now to pick which print you want to analyze. See, I was going to click the beaker again, but... Okay, looking good. Skadoosh. Huh, that's a funny shoe print. Is that even a shoe? It is strange. So smooth. Except for the part with the leaf. I can say without even looking that this print doesn't match any print on our list. Huh, a mystery print. Before I give up on something. This slipper is still in here. This trash can. This is where we found the mirror. Come to think of it, wasn't there something else in there? Something near the bottom. Look at the paint on these. That means... these must have ended up in here after Mr. Wright's accident. Maybe they're connected. Let's pick them up. Alright. Why don't we go show Emma these slippers? They say the Maractus Clinic. Hey! What? This slipper. Look right here. I think I see a toe mark. A toe mark? You think we can get a print off that? Sure, toes that prints just like fingers do, you know? This little clue might be a gold mine. Oh, there's one problem. The police station doesn't keep a record of toe prints, so we won't know whose it is. I guess that would be too much to hope for. Still, it might be useful somehow. Let's analyze it. Well, this is really a jar for something else, like jam or honey. Why would anyone go through the trouble? Well, so the police don't find out, that's why. I hardly think possessing fingerprint powder is a crime. Oh, I guess. Oh, that's boring. I was hoping you would let me, like, analyze it, but... Let's do it this way. This print is far too smooth to be from a regular shoe. It is a shoe print of some kind, that's for certain. Still, you have to wonder what it's doing here. It's right next to the Eldoom's noodle stand. It does make one wonder. Hey, you! Yes? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? You wouldn't happen to have something in mind. Something that might have left this mystery shoe print? This mystery shoe print does remind me of something. Pretty sure I've seen something that would leave a print like that. You know, I think I have our culprit right here.
Take that!
Well, I think it's these slippers, actually. Slippers? What would slippers be doing out here? But look at the bottom, see? It's covered with paint! Except for... See? Right here? Hey, that spot's shaped like a leaf. What if a leaf was stuck on the bottom and came off when the slipper stepped in paint? Makes sense, doesn't it? Wait, something's written on them. The Maractus Clinic. Exactly, the victim's clinic. Wait, that means that someone from the clinic was involved? Why is she just standing there eating? Detective Sky, I have a favor to ask. What? Can you guys access into the Maractus Clinic? The police won't let us in. They say the murder and the clinic aren't connected. And it's off limits until we prove they are. I should be able to do something for you, yes? Huh? Really? Well, you did my work for me here with the shoe prints. Seems like I should return the favor. Thank you, Detective Sky. Here, show this to the police officer on duty. Right. Maractus Clinic, here comes justice. Allow clinic access to the magician and attorney in Prosecutor Gavin's name. She put a little heart by your name. How cute. Isn't she a little old for cute? Apollo, shame on you. Cute is eternal. Cute is timeless. No matter how old a woman gets, she always carries a little innocent maiden inside her. Really now. I suppose I've never heard it put quite that way before. When I sign my name, I always put a little diamond. Trucy, right. See? Cute, don't you think? It's a little confusing. Won't people think your middle name is Diamond? Hey, you could write your name like Apollo equals Justice. I do like justice, but that's taking it a bit far. Alright. And how old is she? Isn't she like 24? Or 25? Yeah. No, she's only 25. It's like calling Van old. Got something to say, Unk? Are women... Can women be Unks? Or is that, like, exclusively male? I'm showing my Unk. Hopefully, if I make it sound super uncool, people will stop saying it. Like 68 plus or minus 1. Anyway. Let's get our asses into the clinic. Oh, you two again. When oh when will you learn? Look at me however you want, you're not getting in today. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Look what we have. What's this? Detective Sky? Yesterday was Prosecutor Gavin, today it's Detective Sky. Who are you two? Really? Now he's suspicious again. Well, you got the orders. Gotta let you in. Have fun. Thanks, Mr. Officer. Let's hit it, Apollo. Alright. Well. This is our first time in here, and look at all these noodle bowls. Huh. Kind of an at-home sort of place, isn't it? This place has a connection to the murder in the park. I'm sure of it. The police guy out front wasn't so sure, but he seemed pretty stupid. Beyond it being where the victim lived? Looks like the police team's gone home for the day. There might be some clues lying around. Let's get cracking, Apollo. I see a few things I want to examine already. If it'll let me. These must be the slippers for the patients at the clinic. Same as the pair we found, of course. Look, a single pair is missing from the rack here, too. And ours had paint on the bottoms. Which which means they were taken out of here on the night of the murder. Right. Paint's from the hit and run, after all. What were a pair of clinic slippers doing in that trash can? What were they doing at the scene of the hit and run? There's a single pair of sandals here. Wait, but why would there be sandals here? Unless they belong to one of the patients. Or maybe it's a visitor that's come to see Dr. Maractus. You'd think they'd use this house entrance instead of the clinic one in that case. And if this patient or visitor isn't still here, why'd they leave without their shoes? Better take a closer look at these just in case. Huh. Well, these ones also have toe print on them. Sorry, I didn't look at it quite the right angle. Hey, Apollo, you think this is... Huh, this could be a toe print. Maybe we can get a print off of this. Let's try it out. Alright, spread the cocaine around. Hey, it worked. That looks like a big toe, maybe. But wait, I mean, it's great that we got the print. Is there such a thing as a list of toe prints? Oh, good point. If there is, Detective Sky didn't give it to us. Which means we can't match this print. This seems like a good time to ask for a detective's advice. Yeah, good idea. Or perhaps... game will let me do the same for this print. I wonder. That's right. Let's go dust it. This could be a vital piece of evidence. Hey, it worked. That looks like a big toe, maybe? Wow, I feel like the case is solved already. What's next? We have to match the print, right? Right, let's match it. Wait, the detective didn't give us a list of toe prints, Apollo. Oh, good point. Maybe we should ask her. Get some expert advice. I guess so. I'm not so sure she really qualifies as an expert. They are just slagging on Emma today. Clinic reception desk. No one's here, of course. There's a small sign on the counter. Please pay your bill. Remember, we're the ones holding the scalpel. Brutal, but effective. And last but not least, look at all these noodle bowls in here. Oh, look at all these bowls. They're from Eldoon's Noodles. There's Mr. Salty. Then I think we figured something out. I think we have. Mr. Eldoon must do takeout. Not exactly what I was thinking. All the bowls have been washed clean. I think we found our first clue, Trucy. Look, this door says doctor's office. Think this is the victim's private office? It's not locked. Too bad. Why too bad? I like opening locks. It's kind of a hobby of mine. Like those little bike locks? Don't even bother putting them on when I'm around. That's probably not a hobby you want to tell too many people about. Apollo! That sound! It came from behind this door. Someone's in there. Let's check it out, Trucy. A break-in! They left through that window. Wait, Apollo, you're too late to catch them now. That must be her experience as a panty snatcher chaser talking. Well, we should tell the police. Let's check the room out first, Apollo. If we call the police now, we'll lose our chance. You're right. She's better than I am. Well, one thing's for certain. This clinic and our murder case are looking pretty related now. Books and paper are scattered around the room. Wow, what a mess. This is worse than Daddy's room. The burglar must have left in a hurry. Even the cup here on the desk is laying on its side. The juice that spilled out of this cup, it's dry. So, the messy one wasn't our burglar just now? Someone knocked this cup over a while ago and left it. Okay, what kind of shoddy operation is the police running here? Kind of an expensive-looking lamp, isn't it? Hey, the bulb's broken. Broken? Don't you mean burnt out? No, our cat burglar must have dropped it. But why is it standing up on the floor like that, then? Hey, look at the cord! Huh? There's a red splotch on the part of the cord. You think that's blood? It's a little bright for blood, almost pinkish. Something's definitely odd about this lamp, that's for sure. Alright, well, why don't we take a closer look at it in the court record, shall we? So we can see a smashed up bulb in there. The bulb is broken. Won't turn on. Oh? How is it broken? Don't touch that, you'll cut yourself. Ah! Yeah, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. My finger! You're bleeding, let me see that! Wait. Magic blood! Gotcha. Please don't do that again. I have enough to worry about without my coworkers injuring themselves on the evidence. This cord runs to the lamp. It has a red stain on it. Gotta wonder what left that stain. Wait, I know. Maybe it was left there by a red marker. Like, they were trying to write their name and slipped. Why would anyone write their name on a lamp cord? I used to write my name on my magic ropes. No, that kind of looks more like lipstick. I don't think I'm getting anything else out of this fancy lamp, but good enough for now. Aw, what a cute little safe! Looks like a 4-digit lock. Someone's already entered in 2 numbers, Apollo. 7, 9. Wait, do you think that burglar just now was trying to open it? I wonder what's inside the safe. Is there any way we can figure out the last 2 numbers? Well, we know the first 2 are 7 and 9. Maybe there's something in the court record. Something that can help us figure out the last 2 numbers. I wonder. I have an idea. I knew it, Apollo! What is it? Well, all we have to know is what buttons have been pressed. We can use this to find out what the next 2 numbers are.
Take that!
That's right, we got some fingerprint powder. When you press the buttons, you'd have to touch them. With your finger, right? It would leave a print! When you open a safe, you don't press any other buttons but the right ones, right? So, if we can find the buttons with fingerprints, we'll have the safe code. Not bad, Apollo. Apollo, are you sure you need to use this much fingerprint powder? We only have so much of it. Look, you can see the oily finger residues clearly. Look at 7 and 9. These are glove marks. The burglar must have been wearing gloves. Well, we might not be able to identify the burglar, but we can open the safe. Let's give it a shot. It's either this or 7952. It opened. This looks like a bullet hole. Oh, you can still see the bullet sticking out of it. Why is it in the middle of a safe? Hey, the bullet came out. The tip's all squished. Not surprising given those fired into a metal safe. This bullet's got a story behind it, that's for sure. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Wow, it's all mushed. That was one tough save. You know, it looks kind of yummy. Huh? Like ice cream. Mmm, caramel. You certainly have an active imagination, Trucy. Also, hollow on the inside? I mean, I guess some of them are. Doesn't look like we get much more out of that than that, but what's inside here? This looks like a medical chart. There's an x-ray in here with it. X-ray. I can't make heads or tails of it. And I can't read the chart either. It's all in medical speak. Oh, but the names are easy enough to read. Look, by patient it says Walkie-Kataki. So, this is Walkie, our client's chart, huh? Why would this one chart be here in the safe? Let's see. The physician's signature says Pal Maractus. Huh? What is it, Apollo? Look here where it says who filled the chart. Let's see. Nurse Alita Tiala? Alita Tialita? Alita Tiala? Is Walkie's fiancé. That's one Ida too many, Apollo. Never mind that. What's her name doing here? How should I know? Though I guess it means she's on staff at this clinic? Odd that she neglected to mention this before now. I'm sure she had reasons. So, Alita Tiala worked at the Maractus Clinic. And she had access to Walkie-Kataki's medical chart. You got the I and Y wrong, Apollo. I'd be very interested to find out what this chart says, and how we're managing to break the fourth wall doing this. Who could help us decipher this? Well, we know that Mr. Eldoon was a doctor. Maybe he has an idea. But it's a Maneki statue. Okay. Well. This potted plant has seen better days. Oh, that doesn't make sense either. What doesn't? Normally, burglars are looking for valuables, right? That's true. That's what I would do if I were a burglar. So, why look under a potted plant? Maybe they were looking for the key to the safe. I've heard of people putting their house keys under plants, but the key to a safe? Then maybe the burglar was looking for the house keys. Oh, this is getting nowhere fast. Whoa, what are those? The wall is covered with beakers. Ew, something's moving inside that one. You look, Apollo. Hey, look yourself, you can't... Oh. It's a goldfish. Wow, they're all fish. So many kinds. Whoever designed this had a sick sense of humor. And also, these goldfish have to be dead. Like, nobody's been looking after these for a couple of days now. The window's ajar. That must be how our burglar escapes. Wonder who it was. Maybe it's just a burglar who happened to pick here. Yeah, but there's a patrol car sitting out front. If I were a burglar, I'd come back the next day at least. I'd give it a month myself. Whoever broke in obviously needed to break in today. Because they were covering up the scene of the murder, which was actually here the entire time. Because we found the bullet in this freaking room. Alright then, so we have a few things to follow up on now. Mr. Eldoon's not there. The prodigal attorney returns. Welcome, Apollo. I heard you did well in the trial today. Here to discuss something? I could use a little diversion. What did Detective Sky say? You want to know something, you have to investigate yourself. Mr. Wright, tell me what happened 7 years ago, please. I want to know. I need to know. You certainly didn't waste any time getting to the point. 7 years ago, I was standing in a courtroom on behalf of a client. The case involved the death of a certain magnificent genius. I'd be surprised if you hadn't heard about it. It was all over the news. I do remember that. You were up against Prosecutor Gavin, weren't you? Yes. He was only 17 years old at the time. 17 years old? That's still high school. He took the bar exam abroad in Europe. They're progressive over there, you know? I was defeated by a 17-year-old newcomer. To my shame, I left the practice forever. That's all. That's all? How could that be all? What do you mean? What about what they were saying on the news about forged evidence? They said you forged evidence and had your attorney's badge stripped from you. Tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to stand here before Phoenix Wright, the forging attorney himself? How does it feel? I don't want to believe it's true. What about what happened in my first trial? Didn't you notice in today's trial? There is a single piece of forged evidence. I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. Oh, I don't see you jump to my defense on this one. Maybe I did forge evidence. Maybe I didn't. It doesn't really matter now, does it? But... I'm not an attorney anymore. That's the only truth you need to know. Mr. Wright. Looks like he doesn't want to talk about the accusations of forgery for now. It's refreshing to be so thoroughly ignored for a change. I don't imagine he has anything to say about our evidence here. And we found these too. They're truces. Oh, thanks, Apollo. Though I have to admit, as a father, I wonder, why are you still carrying my daughter's panties around in your pocket? That'll teach me to show off my evidence to Mr. Wright. Oh, God. Alright, well, I think I've gotten everything I can out of Phoenix here. So, let's see if we can talk to Detective Sky at all. I know that face. That's the face of someone who's made a discovery. Hey, how'd you know? You can't fool someone trained in the ways of science. Next she'll have us analyzing face prints. Let's ask Detective Sky to help us, Apollo. These sandals. That's quite a clear print there. A toe print. Too bad we don't know whose toe it is. Well, there is a way of finding out, of course. There is? What? All you need is a sample of the same toe print, off another shoe, for instance. Oh, right. So if the prints match, you know the same person wore both of them. Do I have another shoe worn by the same person? I think I just might, actually. Really? I'm beginning to suspect something here. Detective Sky, can you compare the sample with this other print? this pair of slippers, toe print and all. Oh, the print on these is nice and clear too. That makes our job easy. Can you analyze it for us? Of course. Hang on. Bingo. Gosh, I'm good. Hey, we were the ones who found the prints. A perfect match. The same person wore these sandals and slippers. I was afraid of that. All you have to do is find out who these sandals belong to. Or do you already know? I can't say. Not yet. Well, it's one big step closer to the truth. Okay, so, like, can I just compare the shoe? I wish there were more prints to analyze. I know. Quick, step in that mud over there. I don't think analyzing my footprint's gonna do us much good. Well, I would have had fun. Okay. Several colors of paint have been splashed across the gate. Most of it's pretty dry, too. This is gonna be one heck of a cleanup job. Alright, now I'm stumped. I do have an idea, though. What, you aren't gonna dig through it? No. What, I'm serious, I have no intention of looking through this trash can. Oh, please, don't hold back on my account. I think that whatever you think about me and trash cans, you're wrong. Yeah, what do I look like? The main character of Honkai Star Rail? Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling it was the detention center. Ah, don't cry, Angel. Daddy's back, and Daddy's... Oh, you again. You always have to announce your entrances like that. Man, my old man, Man! Now I'm all in the funk, and it's his fault. One can only assume that his father tried to teach him a lesson. And failed, clearly. You two got your work cut out for you straight up. Of course, I don't care if they lock me up. I'm ready to go. Some days I wonder why I do what I do. Hey man, you won't see me bugging about 1 or 2 guilty charges. What if you're found guilty of murder? Hey, it's all experience. You feel me, shorty? Like a badge of honor. They don't get the death penalty, do they? You didn't really do it, did you? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. If I learned one thing today, it's that silence speaks louder than words. Man, my old man is whack. Disappointed that's what he is. I heard he wants to leave the mob. Over my dead body. I spent my life trying to keep it real, being an OG and never stepping down. Now my old man wants to go soft? Fine, let him. Just leave me out of it. Ugh. The day I get out of the clink, that's the day Alita and I start the next generation of the Kitaki family. Please don't talk as though it's assumed you're going to jail. For my sake. Wait, what's that? Some kind of x-ray? Wait. That's right, Walkie. It's yours. Hey, look, I don't smoke enough and I'll live long, right? I don't think he gets it, Apollo. Oh, take a closer look. Here, in particular. Where it says nurse. It's signed Alita Tiala. Huh, you lawyers do your homework. So you met Miss Tiala when you... Yeah, I met her at the clinic. So? Could you tell us a bit about the circumstances of your meeting? Fine, I'll tell you how you met if you want to know that bad. About half a year ago, I was shot during a little turf war with another family. I was ready to die, sure. They came in and got me, hauled me off to the docks. The Miraculous Clinic. And that's where I met her. My fallen angel. You mean Alita Tiala? She was scared of me at first, turns out. But you know what they say. The bad guy always gets the ladies. Right. She was done with that clinic anyhow. So I was like, I'll take you on, woman. Straight gangsta style. Guess what she said? What did she say? Come on, give it some thoughts. She said it real quiet like. On the down low, know what I'm saying? I'll leave if you marry me. So, that was the proposal? You know it! An oath of love right there in the hospital room. Just like that, the op was done and we were out of there. See you later. Bye. About that op. Yeah, didn't go so well after all, did it? I know about the report. I know it's still in me. This health checkup was the boss's idea, you said? Yeah, can you imagine? What's the point of living healthy when you're a G, you know what I'm saying? But didn't you learn about the bullet at that checkup? Yeah. That's when I knew that doctor had to pay. Figured I could get that cap pulled after I got my revenge. And hey, I'm still living large now, aren't I? Incidentally, have you ever had a health checkup before? Nah, my old man suddenly gets this idea that we all gotta get checkups. Guess he's getting old. Older, I mean. Man, that is so far off the hook, it's off the chain, G. Wonder how my Alita's doing. Man, I miss her. Okay, I don't think he has anything else for us. What's with this gangster Naruto? Hey, that's our client. We gotta be, we gotta make sure he gets off the guilty schneid. How's it going? What I do need to do is talk to Mr. Eldoon. But he's not at his stand yet. Can't sleep, but doing great. Oh, that's... Glad that you got to spend your time here with me while you're still awake. Hopefully my gangster talk will lull you to sleep. Although, I'm trying to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go right now. What am I missing? Got all the clues out of here, I think. Played on the store reads doctor's office. Hey, I do love me some Ace Attorney. That was pretty intense, wasn't it? If we'd gone in there 1 second earlier, we might have met the burglar. But Apollo, what would we have said if we did see them? We can't exactly shout out, "Hey, who are you?" It does lack a certain punch. Let's think of something cool to say for the next time we do meet a burglar. Kind of surprised that nobody wants the police rushing in here to, like, hey, somebody broke in here. Want to go check that out? No? Maybe? I don't know. Alright, seriously, what am I missing? Oh. There's one more thing I can do. Back to the detention center. Wonder if he knows who these sandals belong to. Up early. Shit, we're in the middle of a murder investigation. We were short-staffed. Yeah. That is true. Walkie, you don't happen to recognize these, do you? Hey, sure I do. I was the one who bought them for her. For Miss Tiala? Yeah, birthday present. She's got mad little feet. Mad! Oh, so cute, man. So these sandals are hers. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling. What's up with the funky vibes? Ugh. Yep. Officially Alita sandals. Alright. See if he knows who these sandals belong to. He doesn't. Alright. Well, this tells me who they belong to. Now will Mr. Eldoon show up? Yes, now he'll show up. I was waiting for him to show up so I could get him to look at this chart that I've been holding onto all this time. Alita the Battle Angel? Nah. Alita the Guilty Party? Yeah. Mr. Eldoon, we've been looking all over for you. What's the matter, Trucy doll? Apollo, show him what we found. Nothing like expert advice. I suppose he is a doctor still. Mr. Eldoon, is everything okay? I'm just so happy. I just thought my doctor days were gone for good. Mr. Eldoon, why wouldn't you just become a doctor in the first place instead of selling super salty noodles? Mr. Eldoon, could you take a look at this? Medical chart? Hey, you shouldn't go around taking these from clinics. Why the sudden silence, Mr. Eldoon? What? What's going on here? That's what we want to know. That chart belongs to my client. He's on trial on suspicion of murder. On trial? That's crazy. You can't put him on trial. He's ABD. ABD? All but dead. He's knocking on the pearly gates and someone's about to answer. Can you tell us why? Well, permit me to speak as a surgeon. Listen up good now, son. No way. It's like he's a completely different person. Well, according to this chart, this walkie-talkie fella's not doing too well. He's got a bullet right upside his heart. That's right. Yeah, but this chart talks about the post-op. In other words, the operation's already finished. You can still see that bullet stuck in there. Why would it still be in there after the operation to remove it? Well, about the only reason I can think of is it was too tricky to operate on. What? That bullet snug as a bug there is next to the aorta, which is connected to the heart. Heck, that scrap metal's just surrounded by blood vessels. Kind of a miracle. 2 millimeters to either side and there'd be some serious bleeding going on in there. Not something your average doc would be eager to fiddle with. You mean... It took a miracle to get that bullet stuck where it is. It'd take more than a miracle to take it out. It'd take a magician. I'm only up to making rabbits disappeared. I haven't learned bullets yet. Of course, with the heart pumping and lungs working, that bullet's on the move. I'd give him another half a year, tops. But Walkie's operation was already a half year ago. That's why I'm saying you're out of time. This kid shouldn't be on trial. He should be on an operating table. Great. Just great. How could Dr. Maractus do such a terrible thing? How could he just leave that bullet in there? I got a pretty good idea of how he felt. An emergency operation. He's got this kid's chest open on the table. And he finds that bullet. And that's despair right there, Trucy doll. Cold despair. Despair? The only thing he could do is sew that boy back up. He wasn't exactly in the situation to go admitting he couldn't take it out. The Katakis. You bet. And that kid's their only son out here. So, skips the operation. Walky's back on the street living his life. Of course, it's only a matter of time before his heart hemorrhages and he drops cold. How awful. Which doctor would they take him to? Maractus. He's got enough ties to them. He could probably cover up the truth of what happened. That's just horrible. He left Walkie to die. There's a darkness in this world, Trucy doll. Waiting. Hungry. Compared to with these gangs, turf wars are like kids' games. When you're up against real evil, well, it don't matter if you're weak or strong. It'll take you all the same. You were a surgeon, right, Mr. Eldoon? You could operate on Walkie, couldn't you? I wish. What? I'm afraid there ain't nobody in the country that could. Maybe not even in the world. So Walkie... He's real lucky to be alive, even now. No! There's one problem. Apollo? This chart. Look at the nurse section. Alita Tiala. That's right. This operation was how they met. Yeah. The problem is she knew. She knew about Walkie's condition, guaranteed. Why didn't she ever tell him? Doesn't make sense. If she knew her patient was in serious danger, you'd think she'd want to get that second operation before getting engaged. What was she thinking, Apollo? What were you thinking, Alita Tiala? I mean, I think I know. That's ain't you, gold digger. And there's a reason why the Katakis are desperate for money, because they're in the know that their son's about to die. In any case, I'm gonna go take a quick recess myself, and then we'll get into the second trial. I played this game like, what was it, 15, 16 years ago. A lot of the finer details have flown out of my memory, so it's basically like playing it all over again. There's a lot of things I don't remember, but there are certain things where I'm just like, oh, right, that person. So yeah, I'll be back in a bit, and just gotta use the restroom, so... Alright. Let's proceed. June 17th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it. The big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. Oh? What time did you wake up? 3 a.m. That's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. And the amazing Mr. Hat. Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright. I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indochine pasta joint seem almost fun. Daddy, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today? Take a guess. How about Little Plum? That Sherman tank of a mom? Nope. Guess again. Oh, that's too bad. You know, speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. That's barely more than you're at it already, Trucy. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy the father-daughter relationship. This man is obviously a homosexual. I mean, what? So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution witness is? Alita Tiala, your client's fiancée. She's gonna be a witness? But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiancé? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today, that much is clear. Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of there. Enough with the panties already. June 17th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie-Talkie. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution's warmed up in its sold-out house. Very well. To recap, while yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party, guilty of panty snatching, we did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct there, Judge. And today I'd like to do something a little new age. I'd like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon, the preparation for the act. The poor defendant told all you see. To his betrothed. His betrothed? His fiancé, Air Judge. His partner for life, with no chance for parole. Very well, you may show the, lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation, Fräulein. Alita Tiala. My occupation is future wife. Ah, traditional values. I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded underwater. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution. To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first. But I couldn't hide the truth. Honesty, another admirable trait. Fräulein, is it true that on the day of the crime, the defendant, Walkie-Talkie, confessed his plans? His plans for murder? Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. It was the day the family health checkup results came back. When Walkie found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said.
He took one of the family's pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it.
So the pistol did belong to the Kitaki family then? Yes, with regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kitaki mansion on charges of the possession of legal firearms. And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven.
How can you prove something like that?
Bullets carry marks from the barrel that fired them, called rifling marks.
Rifling marks?
Think of them as being a gun's fingerprints, left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan?
It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Alright, let's start pressing. That was the day of the murder, correct?
Yes. Everyone in the family received their checkup results that day. When Waki looked at his face went so pale.
But of course, he just found out he had a bullet in his chest. So you were there at the time?
Yes. Poor Waki.
That must have been quite frightening.
He was furious. He ripped his report up into shreds.
Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. Bothersome, sure, but one I performed without complaint.
Waki's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, that little bit of instability is so cute.
Great, now he sounds like a psychopath. So, is it easy to take a pistol out from the house?
Not really, I think. There's a system in place to limit access. But Waki's a special case, being the next in line.
Perhaps his treatment was a bit too special, yeah?
Well, maybe he's a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthdays. Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum and a chocolate gravestone.
Sounds like he has a taste for sweets. And danger. The point here being that Waki had access to a pistol. What happened, meaning the murder?
I tried to stop him, I really did. Oh, but Waki wouldn't listen.
Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems. The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss.
I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it.
How can you say that for certain? How?
Objection!
Air forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fraulein? It was the defendant, Waki, was it? Who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. I suppose we do. So, how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah? That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Could someone else have used that pistol? I mean, technically, yes. Like, we received a confession from Plum that it was either him, her, or the boss. But we didn't get this updated in the Duo. based on your testimony, there was clearly one other person had access to that pistol. What's this? Interesting. Let's ask the defense, then. Tell the court who the other person with access was. I mean, I feel weird presenting it, because, like...
Take that!
What's this? What? The boss and his wife? Ah, an unexpected ploy. Apollo, that can't be right. Why would they want to frame their only son? Oh. I mean, yeah, that's why I felt bad about presenting it. Like, yes, they technically have access to it, and pointing that out is, you know, true. But... let's try the other option here. Well, of course, I mean you, Miss Tiala.
Me? But why?
You were quite clear when you told the courts. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning.
Objection!
Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf. I've heard of people doing strange things for love, but this... it does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance, and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder. I hope you do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim. We might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. I have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim. That looks like a medical chart. Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the charts. What? Miss Tiala? Whatever. Why is your name on this chart? Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Our warm little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that? Miss Tiala? You testified that you had no connection to the victim. And I don't. Now. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right? That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love. Past flaws and all, nope. There's no connection now. Doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Kitakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true. But you remain connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic. I mean, I just presented the what do we do? Am I going to present her sandals now? Yeah, I think that would be the thing that makes the most sense.
Take that!
These sandals were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. Oh, so sorry, Fräulein, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you're unaware that toes leave toe prints? A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now we see your true colors. I was wrong to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted to help you get Walkie back on the straight and narrow. This court thinks you need to worry less about Walkie and more about yourself. Sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals were found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point in denying it. Very well. The witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic that day? I did go to the clinic that day. My first visit in half a year, since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Walkie had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man. Too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. By mistake, you mean... the mistake we heard about from the defendant. The botched operation. He was a timid, small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? That does make sense. Yes, but there's still one thing which does not. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home. I would have worn those sandals home, too. So, why were the sandals left behind? He pointed out the contradiction before me. There's probably a good reason for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there, which you wore home by mistake. Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. No, it's nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation, yeah, Forehead? Oh, what the? No fair! He's filling the holes in her testimony. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Alright, let's start pressing.
Hold it!
Around what time did you go to the clinic? I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think. And that was the first time you'd contacted Dr. Maractus in half a year? Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with. So, why did you go to the clinic that day?
Hold it!
Did you want Dr. Maractus to run away?
Well, after I failed to stop Walkie, I thought that was the only other way to avoid the problem.
Couldn't you have called? Why go in person?
I called several times that evening, but no one was in.
The victim was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This was proven by this mirror yesterday, yeah?
I thought if I warned him, he'd run away for sure. Knowing the doctor...
Hold it!
You mean that act of malpractice on Walkie, correct?
If he had just told Walkie the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened.
True, that operation was the start of this whole affair.
Oh, of course if he told him, he might have been erased by the Katakis much earlier.
A disturbing thought. We know that the Maractus Clinic had ties to the Kataki family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police, even if he wanted to.
That's why I knew I had to warn him.
Hold it!
No dark secrets, huh?
What?
Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. She's hiding something. I know it. Must have some evidence that proves it, too.
You're free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind.
Hold it!
But then you'd be betraying Walkie, wouldn't you?
No, I did it for him. For us.
She went to warn him so that her fiancé would not have to commit such a crime, yeah?
I didn't want them to take my Walkie away.
There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him.
Do you know why she went, Apollo?
Time to figure out what really happened at the clinic, and fast. Alright. This is one of those ones where I'm like, kind of know what I want to say, but not sure how to present it. Why else would I have gone? Like...
Objection!
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Your Honor, what do you think about this bullet? Okay, so why else would she have gone?
Objection!
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking it was something in the safe. I just picked the wrong thing. This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Yes. Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. That air doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Walkie's failed operation. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kinda makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it?
You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor's responsible for the chart's contents?
This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly.
Too bad, little attorney.
My bracelet's reacting again.
What is it, Apollo?
I felt my bracelet tighten just now.
Your bracelet?
Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away.
But I can't see anything, Apollo.
Huh? And what's my bracelet reacting to?
Wait. Maybe... Yes, that has to be it.
What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything.
Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony.
But we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do we do?
You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses.
Then it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow, touching it helps me focus. But let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. Well, let's press the statement for now and see if we can get something more out of it.
Hold it!
But your signature was on that chart.
So, what does that have to do with this case? If there was something in that chart to make me look bad, I would have dealt with it. The only one responsible for that chart is the presiding doctor, Dr. Maractus.
She's hiding something, I can smell it. And I bet she's got a habit that gives it away. Just have to focus to find her nervous habit. Maybe it's time to give my bracelet a rub. Alright, if it's anything, it's her fiddling with her ring.
Gotcha!
Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was quite clear, Miss Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring.
What?
She was unsure. I saw it. Now, that's the key word. The chart wasn't part of your past. It was a clear and present threat.
That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it.
Indeed.
Huh?
Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you now. I've got her on the ropes now. I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this.
Take that!
A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Katakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this morning was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this?
Huh? Oh, nothing. Why should I think anything?
Oh? I would think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew what Walkie's chest x-ray would reveal. A full half year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you.
Ah!
That's all, Your Honor. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? I sensed it. That was a great aura emanating from hair and forehead. Very cool. So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic. But her connection was deep indeed. A bit too deep. If the Kitakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? You guessed it. Order! Order! I did it. I broke her testimony. Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait! Miss Tiala. It's true. That chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet with the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about walking and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She hid the truth from us. This is clear. Yet, it is not clear that this truth has anything to do with the case at hand. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony. And we'll have a bit more cross-examination. I was so close. You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Alright. We're gonna press this new statement. How did Dr. Maractus respond to the warning? Oh, he was quite surprised. Panicky, even. Who wouldn't be scared to learn Ikitaki was after them? Incidentally, this court is not afraid of any mobsters. Why, we had a life-threatening situation just yesterday right here in this courtroom. Yeah, real impressive the way you stood up to the attack of the amazing Mr. Hat, sir. After which, I carried you back to your chambers. Sounds like the judge had quite a fright. Nothing happened in Dr. Maractus' office that day, huh? But what about the mess we found? Something definitely happened in that office, Apollo. I know. We can't prove when it happened. Nor that Alita Tiala was in any way involved. Well, let's try putting some evidence up anyway. There's no way she went to that clinic just to warn him. Do you know why she went, Apollo? So I'm definitely presenting to this new statement. So if nothing happened, why is there a bullet in the safe?
Objection!
You say nothing happened in the doctor's office. I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kind of like you, actually. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala.
Objection!
Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic.
Objection!
Oh, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? I guess the police didn't check that far.
Objection!
But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day?
Objection!
Weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet matched the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in the office on the day of the murder. Not bad, Air Forehead. Bailiff! Have this bullet analyzed immediately. "30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Well, It seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position? The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in the office on that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret charts. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Order! 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 Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alita Tiala knew about Waki Kataki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him, and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What? Oh, that reminds me. Apparently, the Katakis have been inserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will. Nefarious! So she planned to marry him just to get her hands on his fortune? Objection! You keep talking trash about my Alita, and I'll sue ya, lawyer man! Huh? Me? Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alita! I think you mean accuse. Same difference! Well, you can't have her. She's mine! It was me. How shot that doctor? Me! He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in that park. Waki, just cool down a second. You keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll... Miss Tiala? Oh, I'm sorry. It's been so long since I laughed so hard. Is something funny? Waki, wake up and smell reality. Alita, baby. Signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Alita! Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fraulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out this clean anyway. So the family fortune is what you're really after. That's right. I wanted the money. No, wait. That's whack. I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who? Me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me. Accuse. Of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl. Sure, I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired in the safe after I'd already left the clinic. What? I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely the silly brat. Wait, but what are you talking about? Trucy? You had the most to lose if this chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol now, did I? Well, you could have taken Waki's. You think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I heard him say is, it was me. I shot him.
Objection!
That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude on this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What? What point?
Certainly, the Fräulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe. But then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh! You see, that chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. He's right! Miss Tiala? Yes? It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. Oh, I'm flattered. Perhaps it's time you told us the truth. Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime. Yes, I went to that clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole that pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. You went back later. That chart was dangerous, you understand? I needed to get rid of it, that's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. Oh, that was you? Apollo! That sound! It came from behind this door. Someone's in there. A break-in! They left that window. So you were the burglar. Oh, that was you two? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart. What? That's trespassing. Brazen at that. Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know. In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one, huh? Alright. Let's break this testimony down.
Hold it!
Why that day? That brat was uncontrollable. He was ready to kill. And that would bring in the police. And that chart would become evidence. And I'd be hung out to dry. But the police didn't check the safe, did they? Well, they thought the crime scene was the park. I'll make sure the responsible parties feel the heat. Such sloppiness won't be tolerated, yeah? I'm kind of thankful for that sloppiness myself, actually.
Hold it!
Later? When I heard what happened, well, I was too scared to do anything that day. So I waited until the day after. The 16th, was it? Of course, you and that meddling kid had to get in my way. Why did Dr. Maractus keep that chart around? It was clearly dangerous for him. He could have burned it. Because he's a coward. That chart was his insurance. Insurance? My signature on that chart, to be more specific. That made sure I couldn't betray him.
Hold it!
But you could have stolen it. Could have? Is this some new definition of proof? We'll ask Walkie. He'll tell us.
Objection!
Might I remind you, this is a cross-examination. You might want to keep your baseless theories to yourself. Ugh. He's right, isn't he?
Hold it!
Yeah, but... But what? You have nothing to say. This case is over. It was over the moment that Brat was seen in the park. What's the point in dragging it out any further? Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not.
Hold it!
The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? If the killer shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple. Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look, and was shot.
Objection!
That testimony was proven to be a lie. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple. Silly, silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Do you remember, Trucy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in the right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken.
Objection!
But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken.
Objection!
And then why don't you show us, Air Forehead? Show you what? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. If the witness, Panties Guy, was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim? But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple? Oh, I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Walkie Kataki was standing at that killer mark. Wesley Stickler at the witness mark. And of course, Val Maractus was at the victim mark. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? Neither the killer or the witness mark, someplace else. As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place. Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot his victim?
Objection!
It's time to raise the roof. And the stakes. Huh? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? What if they were a bit more terrifying? Like so. Double penalty? Air Forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. I'm saving again because I'm super nervous. Are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. If we believe that, and we know where he stood, and the victim turned when he shouted, there's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here.
I mean,
Take that!
this is where the killer shot from. I hadn't thought of that. None of us did, Your Honor. And this explains the wound in the right temple. How? I hadn't thought of that. Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, obviously it's behind the noodle cart. I was thinking like, oh, we found a footprint here. Obviously the killer was here. No.
Take that!
We gotta go dumber. We have to go dumber. That's not what I wanted to do, damn it. Fuck. I meant to hit load.
Take that!
Okay, so it's inside the freaking cart. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no. Oh yes. Which direction was his right temple facing at that moment? That's right, toward the noodle stand. Order! 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 So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand?
Objection!
Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand. Which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murderer in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along.
Objection!
There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place?
Objection!
Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We've not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in that stand. Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in that stand? I've got it right here. Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand. What? How would you put? Do I present the bowl here?
Take that!
Penalty! Definitely a penalty. this is where I present those. I got it now. I was thinking a step ahead. Because I was thinking, oh, I present the bowl because there's someone in the noodle stand. No. But, we found these slippers at the crime scene, and these slippers were in the Maractus clinic.
Take that!
The Maractus clinic. And they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in a trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Oh, and Miss Tiala? Your toe print was found in the left slipper. Ugh. In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand. Ah!
Objection!
Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith?
Objection!
Observe the diagram. Park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on a cobblestone path.
Objection!
Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground?
Objection!
That's just dumb! One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of the noodle-making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there. You have a point. Could someone have hidden in the stand? Apollo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in the stand, some things would have to be... Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand? I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear space in that stand.
Take that!
This is a noodle bowl from the stolen Eldune's Noodles noodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday. In the lobby of the Maractus clinic. A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic. Mr. Eldune was very clear about those bowls. Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there, too. Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space inside that noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. I would like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent. Show me an innocent, I'll show you a fairy tale. In any case, the defense has, somehow, made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus. More fairy tales. This whole trial's a fairy tale. Then please pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling the stand that night? What was Alita Tiala doing inside it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kitaki family's hands. But Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Kitakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. You knew about the botched operation. So you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance.
I told him that Brat got his health checkup reports, and that he was coming to settle the score.
I see.
Very well. Mr. Justice, begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth or it's over.
I hate perceiving stuff so much.
But I'll just keep pressing statements until I see something.
Hold it!
So, you did go to steal that chart. Are you listening? I said I asked him for it.
The victim was a man in good health. I don't see how she could have coerced him.
True, it would have been impossible without a pistol. But what if she did have a pistol? I'll admit I wanted the chart, that much is true. My reason was simple.
Hold it!
It certainly would have put a damper on your wedding plans, I'd say.
Not only that, if the Katakis had gotten that chart, I'd probably be with Dr. Maractus now, pulling that great noodle stand in the sky.
It seems our witness was in a fix as well.
Who would want to die pulling a noodle stand? When I die, I'll be by disappearing mysteriously in the middle of a magic act. Could we be a little less morbid, please? So you see, I needed that chart.
Hold it!
He didn't understand?
He wouldn't listen to a word I was saying. The moment he saw me, he started to tremble. I thought, what a sad excuse for a man.
Please don't smile like that anymore. It's creepy.
He was practically delusional.
Hold it!
They sent you.
He thought the Katakis had sent me to get the charts.
Which makes some sense. You are their son's fiancé.
Don't make me laugh. The Katakis send me. They don't play that way. If they'd known about that chart, they would have gone in there with guns blazing. Oh, but I couldn't convince the trembling doctor otherwise.
Hold it!
If that was really all that happened, what were all those noodle bowls doing there?
How should I know? There weren't any bowls when I went, I know that much. Why don't you let me be and go look for your killer someplace else, alright?
Do I detect uncertainty there? This is my last chance.
Apollo, any word from your bracelet?
Yeah, actually. I felt it respond.
I couldn't see a thing. It's up to you, Apollo.
Well, we know she was there.
Gotcha!
All I did was talk. And lie. What? Show me proof.
I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip in confidence and they give it all away.
The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? I'm not a streamer. You have a habit of scratching the area around the edge of your scarf. What?
This is working better than I'd hoped. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. habits, and lies. 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that! I told you the truth! Seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? It seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone's trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Maractus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. Is this where this lamp comes in?
Take that!
What's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken and there's a red splotch on the cord. Huh? Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state. Well, spit it out. This talking in circles nonsense is killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple. Miss Alita Tiala. Please remove your scarf. Ah!
Objection!
This is a trial to determine what happened in that park. Yet we seem to have drifted off target.
Objection!
We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf. I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove my clothing. Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven. What? You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf. No. No! I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? Your neck. That isn't what I think it is. Something did happen that night at the Maractus Clinic. You need to get that chart back no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiancé's pistol to do it. But wait! Looking at this lamp in the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened. Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness. Specifically, you tried to threaten Dr. Maractus and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Maractus Clinic. Are you keeping birds in there or something? Order! Order! Will someone please tell me what really happened? I told you the truth already. I went to that clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe, give it to me. So you can save your own skin. What? I know what you're up to. You want in with the family. And if they see that shot, you're finished. Leaving me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I'll want some company. You! And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. And he took that cord. Hal Maractus was serious. Deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out. So, you were the victim?
And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There. Are you happy now? Huh? I was out cold, almost killed. You claim I stuck into that noodle stand. But how could I? Ugh! Well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened at the Maractus Clinic. And it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself. I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking about it. It's hard to breathe. I've told you everything. Can I go home now? You bear some responsibility for events that day, true. Yet, if you are also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions from Miss Tiala. When did this happen? Suddenly, everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala? Very well. This finishes the cross-examination of this...
Objection!
Oh, not so fast. This party is just getting started. Now we rock. What? Oh, those spikes on your head are softer than they look. Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way? Prosecutor Gavin, are you flirting with the defense attorney? Valmaractus choked Elite Tiala. She fell unconscious. But what happened next? He's right. There is more we don't know. But she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while. Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand? Alita Tiala, half dead, Dr. Maractus pointing that stand, and a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin. Me? Fraulein, I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's go back over what we've learned up till now. On the day of the murder, Waki saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside of him. So he took a pistol from the family stash, with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. And Miss Tiala heard about this from Waki, so she went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him, in order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then, something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Maractus? That does seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Talia. Perhaps he thought to death. What did he do after his crime? I was just knocked out, not dead. From the state of his clinic and the scene in the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, Air Forehead, care to guess? I mean, to me it seems pretty clear that he shoved her in the noodle stand and took her to the park as a way to dispose of the body. Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do? Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Do I have evidence to show what he did next? I mean, I don't know what to present here, but I know what he did, more or less.
Oh, they want me to present the stand, huh? Sure. That makes sense. That's why we have the noodle stand. As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Gael Dune's noodle stand. What, killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember all the bowls in the clinic's foyer? Bowls that belonged inside that stand? I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? That stand was at the clinic. However, the question is, why did he remove the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy? Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place. Oh. Wait, you don't mean... I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala. My corpse? Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he killed you. His next move would be to dispose of the body. That's crazy talk. You're all crazy.
Objection!
Then let's think about it. Logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But as on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant, Waki Kitaka.
Objection!
I question your logic. What's this, Prosecutor Gavin? Clark's a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with? That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand.
Objection!
Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What? Apparently, the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand.
Take that!
That's a river! Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. Perfect place to dispose of a body. He was going to throw me in that river? He didn't have many other options, Fraulein. I believe this clears up all of the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand, and the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. And then, the denouement. Wesley Stickler, of panty-snatching fame, walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts. In that instant... So, I shot him? You were the only one who could have stolen Waki's pistol. It had to be you. Well, Miss Tiala. Nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story. To get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand through the park? Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows of where I speak. Where of what? I can't believe she's still trying to deny this. Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin? Must I always be the one to point out Air Forehead's errors? Maybe there really is something. I believe the Fraulein speaks of Air Doctor's car. His car? That's right. The Maractus Clinic has that big garage. in which sat a green sports car, was it?
Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used his car.
And so we find our victim without probable cause to steal that stand. And our defense without a case.
I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken.
Ah, what an excellent counter-argument, Fraulein. Too bad you're quite wrong.
Huh?
Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy.
Daddy?
That's right. That night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car. Oh yes, I'd nearly forgotten about it. Afterwards, he drove back to the garage. Ran fine.
That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports...
Oh god, I have to present the panties again. Ugh. A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. No. No! It's almost like he didn't give us the exact hint we needed, like an hour ago. Order! Order! Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Maractus use his car to carry the body? These were in the exhaust. The car couldn't run with the panties in the exhaust pipe. Is that a groan of surrender I hear? I'm sure I'll be looking forward to hearing more of that in the future. What? Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. Everything I've learned? Look at Clavier being like, hey, don't fuck this up, make sure this case is airtight. Mr. Justice, this contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night. Well, the car didn't run. I have an idea. It's all coming together. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use this car.
Now you're making even less sense than usual.
Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put 1 and 1 together and the explanation is simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you can show some evidence. Shows proof why the car wouldn't run that night.
Take that!
Let's see now. Panties! Again!
All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth.
Another crime was committed the night of the murder. The theft of these panties. The latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid. In the Maractus Clinic garage.
What?
The snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them? Why, weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. So you're here investigating? And I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? My motorcycle won't start. A clogged exhaust pipe.
Oh, too bad. It looks like such a nice bike, too.
Hard to believe that I could brake just from that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run.
My, how interesting.
While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, Anti-Snatcher snuck into the Maractus garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start.
What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of. Well, Miss Tiala? This wraps your doubts out quite nicely, I think. Huh. So it does. Where am I? So dark. Can't see. Cramped. Oh, the pain. My throat's burning. What's your problem? I'm sorry. What's your problem? You, Doc. I know what you did. Walkie? You lied to me. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man. Wait, let me explain. Fine. I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. It's not just me. No. He'll ruin everything. I have to stop him. Cease this at once, you two. Funny. This isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well. Too bad. There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand? In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use a public phone to inform the police. Which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left that slipper print. Dr. Maractus didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though. That was your mistake. No. My biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. Huh? I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Walkie declared guilty, it was you! I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tiala doing? She has confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone he just lost. I think he already knew. He figured out she was the killer a while ago. He lost, but I didn't exactly win either. Something the matter, Air Forehead? No, I'm just lost in your eyes. I mean, what? Looks like it's time to announce a verdict before the defense and the prosecution start making out. Court is adjourned. Damn, that trial took 6 hours, apparently. Definitely didn't, because this stream's only gone on for a little over 3. Great job, Apollo! You did it! Yeah, we did somehow. Walkie's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he's always wanted to be. And he has you to thank. Hey, attorney man! Gonna pay for what you did to my Alita, Holmes. Or to blame, I guess. You give my Alita back! Pointy-headed attorney with a death wish. Enough, Walkie.
Mr. Kataki. God damn, you opened your eyes, Walkie. What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you opened yours. Giving up the life trying to become some kind of businessman? Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie. I'm afraid the guard's gonna throw them both out. If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending? Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kataki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Walkie. Walkie, Apollo has something to tell you. Huh? I do? Don't wait to put me on the spot. Was that? Show him the reason why, Apollo. Why is Mr. Kataki trying to become a businessman? It's because of the details of the chart. I'm not sure if they want me to present the checkup or the fact that, I'm just gonna assume it's, Oh, it's not this one. Good, I would've guessed wrong.
Take that!
Think about it, Walkie. Think about your condition. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are ya? I searched the globe. I found a doctor who can take that bullet out of you, Walkie. But it's an expensive procedure. Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't ya? I won't use it. It was the gangster life that did this to you, Walkie. I want to help you, and I want to do it clean. Please understand, Walkie. Dad! Man, I see it I was old man. Oh, it's you looking out for... Oh, for... Walkie? Listen good, old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out. And then we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer. My, Walkie. No, it's as it should be. Mr. Kataki? I liked him more without the puppy dog eyes. I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words. But I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you. Who? Me? I don't think... Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest. The Kataki Lime Pie. He's opening a pie shop? So long. And he's gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo. To the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when do I work at your agency? Aw, we make a good team. Don't just stand there, let's get going. Huh. Why not? She did help me out. And there's a few questions that still need answers. Like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her. Though, I can't say I care much for what her father has become. Oh, that's right! We have to go someplace first! Huh? But where? Why, to claim our reward from Mr. Eldoon! Ah, salty noodles. Right. He got a stand back already? Oh, and after that you can come see my show! With a special appearance by the Mr. Amazing Hat. Oh, it's special, alright. Please, anything but him. And that'll do it for Case 2, Turnabout Corner. I I hope you all enjoyed this episode of the Apollo Justice Trilogy, and I hope you join me next time. I don't know if I will be starting Case 1-3, because Trails Beyond the Horizon is around the corner, and I'm going to prioritize that when I get it. So this might be the last stream of Apollo Justice for a while, but I'll come back to it. I feel pretty good that I'll come back to it. It just won't be anytime soon. So, thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and join me next time, when next time comes around. Till then,